Is nearly come to an end as 34, count them, 34 teams converging from around the region on the Canyon Activity Center, which just recently celebrated its one-year anniversary on the beautiful Grand Canyon University campus. The first time that GCU has hosted the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series basketball tournament for both men and for women, and we are ready for the women's final. Good afternoon, everybody. Jim Howe welcoming you to the northeast part of the GCU campus and a beautiful facility that houses 10 basketball courts, and they have all gotten some use in the last 48 hours. This Region 6 Championship Series began Friday night at 6:30 with 20 men's teams and 14 women's teams, and we have whittled them down to 2 on each side. And today it'll be 2 teams from the Golden State that will vie UC Davis, which is looking for its second regional title in the last 4 years, taking on one of the upstarts, Cal Poly, out of San Luis Obispo. Now, for those of you who are so used to, here on GCU TV, just watching a regular 40-minute stop-it-all-the-time game, we need to get you up to speed on some of the NIRSA rules, which include a running clock. Yes, there are 2 20-minute halves, but the only time the clock stops is for an official's timeout, one of 3 coaches' timeouts, or if there is an injury, and then the clock stops each time inside of 2 minutes in each half. And there are still 7 fouls to get to the bonus, but they are 2-shot fouls. So it's very fast, very loose. If you go to the refrigerator, you might miss a bunch. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to come back and we're going to have the starting lineups for both the Aggies and for the Mustangs. 2 teams that have gone to their 6th game in 2 days and are still looking mighty fresh and ready to go. So you are watching the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series of Women's Basketball right here on GCU TV.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself doing this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
The NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series basketball tournament is also brought to you by Universal Athletic, which provides services to every school and college in 9 states in the western United States and is the #1 independent team dealer in the country. Universal Athletic, for the athlete in all of us. Well, again, 34 teams have been whittled down to just 4. There were 14 women's teams when we started on Friday night, and now we are down to 2 California-based teams, one from Northern California, University of California, Davis, and then one from San Luis Obispo in the central part of the Golden State. Both of these teams have had to really overcome some adversity in the quarterfinal and the semifinal rounds, and we'll talk more about that as we get rolling. But now we're ready for the introductions of these 2 championship-level teams, and so we're just about ready to go to center court for the formal introductions here at the Region 6 Championship Series Tournament. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the brand new Canyon Activity Center here at Grand Canyon University, one of the fastest growing universities in the nation, for today's exciting Women's Championship Basketball. This is the Women's Championship game of the 2020 National Intramural Recreational Sports Association Region 6 Basketball Championship Series. Today's matchup features the Mustangs of California Polytechnic State University, San Luis Obispo, and the Aggies of California University, Davis. Here are today's starting lineups, beginning with the Cal Poly Mustangs. At guard, number 4, Jenna Maturino. At guard, number 15, Kayla Field. At forward, number 10, Peyton Curtis. At forward, number 25, Adriana Fisher. And at center, number 30, Lisa Bertolt. The head coach for the Mustangs is Nicole Conyers. And now here's the starting lineup for the UC Davis Aggies. At guard, number 11, Michelle LaHaye. At guard, number 21, Sophie McFadden. At forward, number 33, Hannah Fong. At forward, number 1, Emily Tran. And at center, number 24, Jordan Thompson. Of these teams, that's not an accident, because the two teams also in the men's championship side, which will be coming up here in about an hour and a half here on GCU TV, also have very deep benches, and they're very lively. And as you can also tell, they've got a decent contingent that have come here from the Golden State for both sides. The Mustangs wearing road green with black trunks, and UC Davis will be in their white home uniforms trimmed in black. The winner of this heads to Wichita, Kansas, and the NIRSA Nationals in the first weekend in April. We're ready to go. Hope you are ready. And we are jumping center, and Cal Poly will control. The Mustangs moving from right to left across your GCU TV screen. As coming out to get the pass is Kayla Field. She plays catch with Jenna Maturino. Maturino loves to drive anytime she gets an open lane. Also very gritty defensively out on the perimeter. And there is on cue, Maturino with the drive, gets sandwiched between two defenders. Didn't get the shot to go, but she will put up the first free throws of the day. Foul called on Emily Tran for UC Davis. And Maturino with the clock continuing to run. Again, for those of you who are not used to NIRSA rules, the clock only stops on timeouts outside of 2 minutes to go in every half. And then stops for timeouts and made baskets and fouls inside of 2 minutes. Maturino makes one of the two. And the scoreless tie is broken as the Aggies come down for their first offensive set. Running the show, Michelle LaHaye, who's also the captain on this team. Here's a three-pointer put up outside. Hannah Fong has it rim out, and the long rebound comes down into the lap of Peyton Curtis. The Mustangs are big on rebounding, especially on the offensive end. And even on games when they don't shoot well, they'll get 3, sometimes 4 shots at the basket each time down the floor. Curtis will back up, fire a 3. That one looked good, but it's a little bit short. Curtis fights for the rebound, but Michelle LaHaye will take it away from her. She'll streak down the left side, now put up the brakes. Put up a baseline pass, and that goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Jordan Thompson, and out of bounds. So the Aggies, who had to tame the team that everybody asked, where are they from in the semifinals, Boston-based Northeastern University. We'll talk more about that as the game goes on. Now with a slow start. Here's a drive and a scoop shot put up and missed by Adriana Frazier. But once again, Cal Poly drawing the contact and getting free throws as a result of it. Hannah Fong whistled for team foul number 2. Again, 7 team fouls, just like it is now in conventional college basketball on the men's side. Will send everybody to the bonus. Frazier makes the first. 2.5 minutes gone by here in this first half. And the Mustangs with a 2-0 lead trying to extend it and can't do it. But then Berthold gets a hand on it, goes over the top, and a loose ball foul is going to be called on the Mustangs. And Berthold, who did not have the inside position, will be whistled for the personal. So still without a field goal, either team here in the first 3 minutes. And LaHaye trying to change that for her UC Davis Aggies. Coming out to get it is Jordan Thompson. Thompson sees daylight, moves across the lane, kick in the corner, high three-pointer is good, and there is the first field goal of the game, courtesy of Hannah Fong. So the Aggies now with a 3-2 lead. Pass inside. Macherino gets it back out for Kayla Field. Field outside the arc. Hands off for Macherino. They want to look inside for Berthold, but they can't find her yet. Here's Field around a pick. She'll shoot a three too hard. Macherino fighting for that loose ball outside. And on that scramble, a whistle and a foul. And that's already 3 team fouls called on the Aggies, and that is 2 on their starting small forward Hannah Fong. Non-shooting foul. And the Mustangs will inbound it out front. Macherino, here's Berthold inside, muscle her way to the hoop, put it up off the glass and in. Berthold can do a lot of things on the interior, including that, and she's very tough on the defensive end. Nice screen set for LaHaye. High arching shot off the glass won't go, and on cue, there's Berthold for her first defensive rebound. Mustangs will slow it up as Peyton Curtis now running the show. Wanted to shoot the three but can't get an open look. Gives it off for Adriana Frazier. Frazier stutter step, double team in the lane. Pass knocked away, scramble outside the arc. And the Aggies are able to get control, but only for a second. Another scrum on the floor. And instead of a held ball, that will be a pushing foul called on Cal Poly's Kayla Field. Abby Miller will make her first appearance into the Mustangs lineup, and Kayla Field will get her first breather. We played nearly 5 minutes and a slow start, although normally, especially since the quarterfinal round has begun, most of the final scores have been in the 30s, so expect that. Out front with the basketball is Andy Garcia, who also checked in during that stop and play, including Raylia Moore. Moore off for Garcia, kick in the corner. Here's a three-pointer from the baseline, won't go from McFadden, but inside, Garcia had it, and as she started to drive inside, it's knocked out of her hands, but a whistle and a foul. And that's 3 personal fouls already on CPU's Hannah Fong. Non-shooting foul, and UC Davis almost throws it away. Garcia straight away. Backs it out, they want to spread the floor. Start to drive, sees daylight all the way in, bashes into Berthold. And a whistle and a foul. Berthold upset with the call, but the foul is not going to be called on Berthold. Now they said number 4, so that's on Jenna Macherino, the starting point guard. So 3 team fouls on the Mustangs as Garcia, the southpaw, goes to the line for the first time and makes the first. And Macherino will get her first breather of the afternoon and replaced by Sarah Cordoglian. So Garcia trying to break the 4-all tie, 6.5 minutes into it, which she does. And the Aggies take the lead back in this nip and tuck defensive battle so far. Running the point, Abby Miller starts to drive, fumbles, gets it back, now has to get rid of it. Here's Berthold out on the high post. Offer Adriana Frazier throws it for Curtis, and it's through her legs. Goes to the backcourt, knowing that it's going to be a back and over violation. She's going to let it trickle all the way to the baseline before Garcia tried to dive to save it. Nevertheless, it is a turnover, and the Aggies will have possession now on their own baseline. Inside of 13 minutes left to go in this first half. Aggies with a 5-4 lead in the basketball. Inbounds pass. Berthold got in the middle of it, got both hands on it, and can't believe the foul is called on her, but she got there just a half step late and picks up her second personal foul. Again, a non-shooting foul. And Amber Moss will check in as head coach Nicole Conyers does not want her starting center to pick up that third foul anytime soon. Here's Garcia outside the arc on the non-shooting foul. No shot clock here in NIRSA play, so they can dribble around as much as they want to, although as you've noticed, they don't spend a lot of time on the offensive end before they get rid of it. Here's the drive by Moore. Kick, and on the pass off, an offensive foul is called as Abby Miller took the charge on Rayleigh Moore. That's already 5 team fouls now on UC Davis, and we're not even at the midpoint of this first half. One field goal each between the two teams. Here's Peyton Curtis. Dribble drive, fumbles on the baseline, gets it back, throws it back out front. Here's Kurdoglian. Kurdoglian wants a screen set, obliged by Amber Moss. Stop the dribble out front. Coming out to get it again is Peyton Curtis. Curtis start to drive, running one-hander in the lane, in and out. Moss comes in, grabs the defensive board. Aggies with a slim lead, and now that pass thrown away. And it'll be Mustangs basketball as both teams substituting at will, and right now trying to kind of get a flow. Hannah Fong back into the lineup for UCD. And also joining her for the first time is Caitlin Lee in the backcourt. Here is Kurdoglian. Kurdoglian picked up by Garcia, who knocks it away, but Kurdoglian gets it back. Miller now on the drive. Puts up an off-balance jumper, bounce around, and gets the roll. So Abby Miller off the bench, getting Cal Poly's second field goal. And they have the lead at 6-5. Caitlin Lee on the drive. Double team, stop, bounce pass for Moore. Drive the baseline, stop, put it up. Shot won't go. Coming over for the help defense was Frazier. Check that, make it Amber Moss. And Adriana Frazier will be called for the foul. So each team now with 5 team fouls. And Rayleigh Moore to the line for the first time. First free throw's good. My time. Now there's some moisture on the side of the floor, so the tournament chairman, Zach Erdman, doing a little bit of everything. This has been a long process, and it has been a collaborative effort here at GCU between the intramurals, campus rec, and club sports departments. Moore trying to break the tie, and does with that one-handed free throw. UC Davis 7, Cal Poly 6. Miller now drives around her defender, goes underneath. Wild scoop shot won't go. Fight for the rebound, and Moore swoops in and is able to get it. Now she's double teamed and just has to throw it off one of the Mustang defenders as we pass the midpoint of this first half. So Aggie basketball with a lineup of Andy Garcia, Caitlin Lee, Rayleigh Moore, Kelsey Christ in the middle, and Hannah Fong. Garcia takes her time getting it across the time stripe. They do need to get it above midcourt by the 10-second rule, so that is still in effect. Quick pass in the lane, but the shot by Christ is off, but corralled by the Aggies. Fong has it, and they'll reset on the offensive side. Caitlin Lee fights around a screen, hands off for Garcia. Sees daylight, drive with the left hand all the way in, and she scores. Andy Garcia giving them a spark off the bench. And the Aggies with their largest lead of this championship game at 9-6. Long three put up. That's off the mark, but it comes right back to Frazier, who will reset it. Driving on Moore. Cut off at the baseline. Now double team. Stop. She'll muscle up the shot anyway and get it. Frazier really had to work for that one. That's her first field goal. And the Aggies back with a 1-point edge in the basketball. Crossover dribble by Garcia. Drives through half the county. Throws up a desperation shot and gets it to go. Garcia with 2 points and a floor burn, and it's 11-8. UC Davis on top. Stutter step by Kurdoglian. Tried to pass it off, and it's knocked away, and Lee goes down very hard as she tried to save it. Holds the back of her head. And immediately, her head coach, Emily Ryan, comes out to make sure that she is okay. Foul is called on Amber Moss. And one more, and CPU will be over the team foul limit. Apparently Lee is okay to stay in the game. We had an official's timeout. And now they're going to say, because that was an official's timeout, that Lee will have to leave. And Amanda Beers, who is the head trainer of the tournament, will take a look at Lee. And apparently that put them over the team foul limit. So it's free throw time for the remaining 7:45 for UC Davis. At the line is Michelle LaHaye, who replaced Lee in the lineup, 1-1, and the first free throw is good. With these two teams, no lead has been safe because there have not been a lot of blowouts on either side of their ledger. Both free throws good by LaHaye. That's her first scoring of the afternoon. And UC Davis now with a 13-8 cushion. Abby Miller around the screen, drive the baseline, and apparently grabbed it with both hands, put it on the floor again. That'll be a double dribble and a Mustangs turnover. So the Mustangs, for the moment, certainly out of their offensive rhythm. And credit some of that Aggie defense for creating that. Andy Garcia across the timeline, drives on Macherino, and on the pass off throws it away. Good weak side defense that time by Olivia Chambers. Here's a drive by Miller, runs into a pair of Aggies, can't get the shot to fall. She would have had the chance for the three-point play, as the whistle is called on Emily Tran. That is team foul number 5 on the Aggies as Miller goes to the line but can't get the first free throw to go. Tran will check out. And starting center Jordan Thompson back in the lineup for UC Davis. Miller, one-handed free throw, rolls around and drops through. That stops a string of 2 minutes without scoring for Cal Poly. They trail by 4. Garcia into the front court for UCD. Nearing the 5.5-minute mark of this first half. Hope you're enjoying the first time GCU has ever hosted the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series. More on the drive as it's swatted away. But even though Amber Moss thought she got all ball, instead she will pick up her second personal foul. And Moore, who has made both of her free throw attempts so far in the afternoon, heads back there for a pair. First free throw, bounds around and drops through. The NIRSA Region Championship Series Tournament brought to you by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. BSN Sports, the heart of the game. Moore now 4 for 4 from the stripe. And the Aggies with a healthy diet of free throws, and they've taken advantage of it. They're a perfect 7 for 7, and they have a 6-point edge. Peyton Curtis, who's back in, goes on the drive, and again got double teamed by the Aggies and forces free throws on CPU's end. That foul called on Jordan Thompson. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:26 left to go. First half here in this NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series of women's basketball. It's UC Davis 15, Cal Poly 9 right here on GCU TV.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Peyton Curtis fouled before the timeout. Buries both free throws for Cal Poly, and now on the other end, steal attempt, and a nice one that time by Olivia Chambers, but they say she had her foot on the line. Mustangs have been able to get to this championship game via defense and offensive rebounding, and now they've got to start stepping it up defensively as they trail by 4. Inside drive by Caitlin Lee, who's apparently okay after hitting her head on the floor a couple of minutes ago. Misses that drive, and here comes Cal Poly very quickly. Now trying to make it a one-possession game as we're inside of 4 minutes. Miller again on the drive. Off balance, that rims around, won't go. Rebound comes down to the lap of Jordan Thompson. Outlet it for the starting point guard, Michelle LaHaye. Finds the trailer. Now here's Lee. Over to Thompson. Thompson starts to drive. Back for Lee. Fake the 3. Drive around the defender. All the way to the hoop with the left hand. Won't go. And once again, knocked down hard. This time, she'll be rewarded with a charity stripe trip. And that'll be 3 personal fouls on Cal Poly's Amber Moss. Lee to the line, and the first free throw is perfect. Madeline Salidas coming in as Moss will head to the bench with 3 personals. And we will be under 3 minutes here in the first half by the time Caitlin Lee attempts this next free throw. And that free throw is good. Again, the Aggies now 9 for 9 from the stripe. One of the reasons they have a 17-11 edge. Abby Miller with the ball out front. Here's Peyton Curtis. Curtis start left, now move right, go all the way underneath and almost throw it away. Nice save by Chambers on the baseline. Macherino over for Salidas, and her shot's an air ball that the Aggies will allow to go out of bounds. Good crowd on hand considering that UC Davis had to travel from Northern California and Cal Poly from San Luis Obispo in Central California. With the ball, Hannah Fong tries to throw it out front. Lee has it knocked away. Cal Poly wanted to back and over, didn't get it. They say it was deflected last touch by the Mustangs' Peyton Curtis. So Lee again being pressured by Curtis as she takes the dribble to the right side. Now Macherino with a defensive assignment on her. Dribbles off for Fong. Fong thought about the 3, backs away, stops the dribble. Can't get a shot off, give it to Moore. Moore now on the drive. She'll crash in, and that'll be an offensive foul. Moore a little bit out of control, and Chambers made her pay. That is Moore's second personal foul. Kayla Field got a long breather on the Cal Poly bench, and Abby Miller with some Yeoman minutes gets high fives as she heads to the Pine. We're under 2 minutes, so now the clock stops like it would in a normal game. Here's Field on the drive, puts up the shot, it's short. The foul is called on UCD on Caitlin Lee, and that puts them over the team foul limit. Now the question is whether or not they're going to give them continuation, and they are. So Field, no, now they change it. So Field will be in a 1-on-1 situation. So she has to make the first to earn the second attempt. And that free throw is good. As we mentioned, the Aggies 9 for 9 from the stripe, and Cal Poly 6 for 9. Winner of this heads to the Jayhawk State in the first weekend in April as Wichita will host the NIRSA National Championships for the second straight year. Both free throws good. 4-point Aggie lead. They have the ball. Here's Caitlin Lee. Start right. Now move left. Curtis stays with her. And then Curtis blocks the shot from behind. Saved underneath. Shot put up by Thompson won't go. Rebound scramble goes back to Thompson. She'll lay it up and in. So the Aggies right now beating the Mustangs at their own game and controlling the offensive glass. We near the 1 minute mark of this first half. Curtis will drive, puts up the shot, won't go. Moore that time stayed with her defensively, and Caitlin Lee comes up with the board. Aggies quickly out of backcourt. Lee down the middle, almost travel. Stop, put it up, put it in, score it, count it, foul, send her to the free throw line. And the Mustangs right now are a frustrated bunch. So the foul is called on Kayla Field. That is her second. And it's double bonus time for the last 54.7 seconds for UC Davis. And lead of the line to try and make this a 9-point lead, which is UCD's largest. Free throw is good, and they stay perfect. 10 for 10 from the line here in this first half. Into the forecourt, Sarah Kurdoglian. Final 45 seconds of this first half. And the Mustangs have only led twice. Last time it's 6-5. Here's Kayla Field on the drive to the left side. Nowhere to go. Now finds daylight. Puts it up from 12 and gets it from 12. Field just biding her time, finding the open look. Field now with 4 points, and it's 22-15. CPU trailing UC Davis. Field goes for the steal, comes up empty. LaHaye keeps it going. Let's see if the Aggies go for one shot. They still have 16 seconds to do it. Lee now double teamed on the pass off, and a holding foul will send her back to the free throw line in a 1-and-1 situation. Not sure who the foul was called on. I believe it was called on Kurdoglian. And so lead of the line with 14 seconds remaining in half number one. Lee makes the first and trying to extend it back to a 9-point edge. And the Aggies looking for a sizable cushion here at halftime. 12 for 12. The Aggies are here in this first half as Lee makes them both. A dozen seconds left to go. Into the front court is Macharino. Field inside, baseline. Here's the drive. Tried to throw it out front. Saved by Macharino. Puts up a shot to beat the clock. Doesn't go. Lee on the floor again. And with 0.1 seconds remaining, a foul called on Lee. And that'll send Macharino to the line. Second personal foul on the Aggies' backup point guard. And Macharino, who is 1 for 2 from the stripe so far in the half, will have a chance to make this a 7-point Cal Davis edge at halftime. Again, just a 1/10 of a second on the clock as the first free throw is not good. Second half of this championship doubleheader will feature one of the host teams. Cal State San Marcos taking on Grand Canyon in the men's side. That comes up at 2:30. Macharino can't convert either of the two free throws, and we have reached halftime here at the Canyon Activity Center on the Grand Canyon University campus in the heart of Phoenix. And here's your halftime score. The Cal Davis Aggies 24 and the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo Mustangs 15. We'll take a break and come back. You are watching the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series of Women's Basketball right here on GCU TV.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself eating this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
The NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series tournament also brought to you by Universal Athletic. Universal Athletic provides services to every school and college in 9 states in the western United States. And Universal Athletics also the #1 independent team dealer in the country. Universal Athletic, for the athlete in all of us. Well, this has been a good 6 months worth of very hard work here on the GCU campus by 2 different factions here at Grand Canyon University to put this tournament on. Both Campus Recreation, the tournament chair Zach Urban, Matt Lamb, Chris Kuchler, and Mike Fox, and also the work of the club sports department, Dan Nichols, Mark Nelson, Taylor Potter, Aslan Finfrock, and Matt Gordon. Again, meeting several times every month and getting all these things put together, and it has been a fine tournament from Friday afternoon or Friday evening all the way to now. And so let's go ahead, since we're on the GCU campus, profile our GCU club sports department.
GCU becomes a home away from home, where students can continue playing the sports they enjoy competitively by joining a community of over 1,000 club sports athletes. Practice and compete in our state-of-the-art athletic facilities and brand new Canyon Activity Center. Full-time athletic trainers ensure your safety and wellness, and our experienced coaches are passionate about leading their teams to success. Our program is highly competitive and competes for national titles. Choose from 22 different club sports. Form lifelong friendships. Why stop playing the sport you love? Continue to play at GCU and be part of an exciting, competitive athletic culture while achieving your academic goals. Visit clubsports.gcu.edu.
Again, a great collaboration between club sports and GCU Campus Recreation to make this happen. This is the first time, even though GCU teams have done very well over the last 6 to 7 years in this tournament, it's the first time that GCU has decided to take the plunge and host one of the 10 regional tournaments that happen around the country between mid-February and mid-March. As a matter of fact, because Region 6 encompasses 8 different states, there are 2 different Region 6 tournaments. In fact, the next one will happen in a week at Eastern Washington University up in the Pacific Northwest. We're just about ready for the second half of basketball to find out who's going to Wichita in a week. It is UC Davis 24 and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo 15. Back with the second half after this right here on GCU TV.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back here at GCU, and the second half is underway. UC Davis with the ball, and they just threw it away, and then it was thrown right back to them, but the shot put up once, twice, not there. Tipped out front once again. The Aggies, who controlled the offensive glass, doing it again. Shot, three-pointer put up by Fong, not good. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Aggies basketball. And right now, UC Davis controlling the Hustle Award between these two teams, and that's normally been the bread and butter for the Mustangs to get to this point. Better hurry to get it in. And that one, Fong able to get both hands on it, and Jenna Macherino was just a step late. The starting Mustangs point guard picks up the foul, and that is her second. Fouls could be an issue. Non-shooting foul for the moment, and UC Davis with the inbound, again knocked away, but again it goes back to the Aggies, and LaHaye will fire a three. That's off the mark. Comes down to the lap of Kayla Field, and then she throws it away. And Cal Poly has been out of rhythm since midpoint through the first half and really have not recovered. So the Mustangs not on the same page, and we will stay on the Aggies side of the floor. Inbound to Jordan Thompson. High arching three put up. That's an air ball by Sophie McFadden. Comes out front. Here's Peyton Curtis. Curtis doesn't have numbers, and then LaHaye reaches in, knocks the ball out of bounds, but got part of the arm. And the starting point guard for UC Davis picks up her first personal foul. So each team now with a team foul as McFadden will check out, and Caitlin Lee, who came off the bench to lead the Aggies in scoring, was 7 in that first 20 minutes. Comes back in. Here's a steal. Emily Tran drives all the way in, give it off for Lee. She crashes into Macharino, gets the shot to go, and that'll be a blocking foul. So Macharino picking up 2 early fouls here in this second half, and she'll have to sit down. First double-digit lead of the afternoon is owned by UC Davis, and Lee, who was one of the big reasons that the team was a perfect 12 for 12 from the free throw line in that first half, continues with that, completing the three-point play, and it's a 27-15 UC Davis lead. And this is the largest deficit the Mustangs have had in this tournament. Berthold sets a screen for Abby Miller, who has it knocked away. Miller gets it back, and now it's ripped out of her hands by Thompson, who just flings Miller to the ground and then is called for the foul. So Thompson picks up the personal, and it'll be a non-shooting foul as Adriana Frazier will inbound just to the right of our courtside location here at the year-old Canyon Activity Center here at Grand Canyon. Abby Miller now running the point for the moment. Off for Berthold, who's been quiet inside. Off for Field. Field comes around the screen. Her shot's off the mark, and the rebound tip to the side. And again, the Aggies getting to the loose balls. Here's Caitlin Lee. Quickly for LaHaye. Another open look for three, and this one's good. Only the second three-pointer converted by either team this afternoon. And suddenly UC Davis has doubled it up on Cal Poly. Nice drive by Miller, can't get the shot to fall. And again, it's the Aggies crashing the defensive glass. LaHaye in the front court. Nearly 4 minutes gone by here in this second half. And the Mustangs still without a point. Anna Fong, loose or pass inside. Tran on the drive, can't get the shot to go, but draws the personal. Personal foul number 2 on Adriana Frazier. Each team, that's the third team foul, on CP. And they're not going to give her continuation as Olivia Chambers checks in. And now Emily Ryan will get some wholesale changes in for her Aggies team. Rayleigh Moore and Kelsey Christ. It'll be a non-shooting foul, so Lee will inbound it on the baseline. Does so to Moore. Lee will bring it back out front. Again, no shot clock, so they can take all the time they want to set up the half-court offense. Here's Lee. Backing away from her is Chambers as they spread the floor. Comes around to Chris Green. Now has to go off her foot. Chambers gets to it first. She's got a breakaway. She'll go up, put up the shot. It won't go. And on the rebound, it's Moore and Berthold tied up, and the possession arrow belongs to the Mustangs. So Peyton Curtis will inbound it just to the right of her own basket. Gets it for Lisa Berthold. Berthold with just one field goal. That came early in the first half. Curtis on the drive, forces up the shot, wanted the foul, wanted the shot to go, and got one of the 2 wishes. She'll go to the free throw line for 2 free throws as Hannah Fong whistled for her third. So Peyton Curtis to the line to finally get that donut off the scoreboard in this second half, and does. That's the first scoring for Cal Poly after halftime, and it comes nearly 6 minutes in. And suddenly they've got a long mountain to climb to avoid settling for the runner-up finish. That free throw will not go. CPU now 8 for 14 from the charity stripe, and again, the Aggies have been automatic, 13 for 13. Here's Moore, handoff for Lee. Lee drive, running one-hander off the glass, that one won't go. Moore crashes the boards, but as she goes up, loses the ball, then saves it, but it goes right to Berthold. Now it's Chambers driving around Fong, can't get the layup to go. Fong gets the rebound, Karam, and then is fouled in the backcourt. Foul is on Olivia Chambers. Already that's 4 team fouls on CPU. And right now they don't want to do anything to send Cal Davis to the line for extra free throw attempts. They have been automatic. UCD searching for their second regional title in the last 4 years, and they've got a 14-point edge right now. Lee on the drive. Nice pass in the lane to Chris, and Kelsey Chris will put it up and in. All things moving in unison for UC Davis at the moment. Curtis straight away for 3, that's short, and Caitlin Lee with the long rebound. Lee all the way down, dishes in the corner. Faking the 3 this time is Nikita Devdar. Over for Chris, back to Devdar. They leave her alone. She puts up the 3, won't go. Moore sneaks in for the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and she's fouled. Foul is called on Abby Miller. That's team foul number 5, and Nicole Conyers wants a timeout for Cal Poly. 12:15 left to go in regulation. And right now it's all Aggies. It's UC Davis 32, Cal Poly 16 right here at the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series on GCU TV.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich.
You asked for it and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself eating this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
Jim Howe back here at the Canyon Activity Center on the GCU campus in the heart of the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. And UC Davis on the verge of their second regional title and trip to nationals in 4 years if they can hold on to this lead, which they continue to extend. Raylia Moore now a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. She was fouled before the timeout, and she'll get one more to try and make it an 18-point UCD lead, and does. And there's no bigger stat right now in this game than free throw shooting. UC Davis absolutely automatic, 15 for 15. And the Mustangs out of sync, trying to get healthy fast, and that'll help. Abby Miller with a nice drive and a nice pick set by Lisa Bertolt. 34-18. They need a lot more of that. They still have more than half of this second half to get back in it. Caitlin Lee start to move to the right side, gets around Curtis. Somehow the pass gets to Kelsey Christ, went through a lot of traffic. She'll throw it back out front. Here is Nikita Devdar on the drive, cut off in the baseline. Throws it out front, she goes down in the pass, and a whistle and a foul will be team foul number 6 on Cal Poly. And personal foul number 2 on backup point guard Olivia Chambers. And that'll prompt Nicole Conyers to get Adriana Frazier back into the lineup, and Peyton Curtis will sit down. Clock moving towards the 11-minute mark as the Aggies will have it. One more foul, and UCD's in the bonus the rest of the way. Here's Devdar in the corner, double teamed, and that will be an out-of-bounds violation. No, they say a push-off. Offensive foul called on Devdar. So that's team foul number 4. And the Mustangs back with it. Abby Miller running things from the point guard spot. She'll drive, bounce pass. Here's a high arching three-pointer that's an air ball. Scramble underneath, and again, Bertolt, who normally crashes that offensive glass, but she was competing with 4 different Aggie defenders. All the way in, Garcia's drive, but the shot's off the glass, not good. Here comes Frazier the other way, but doesn't have numbers. She slows it up. Crystal off for Frazier. Three-pointer is an air ball, saved by Chambers, but Andy Garcia comes up with it. And the Aggies getting to all the loose balls and controlling the glass. And that's why, looking up at the scoreboard, we've hit the midpoint of the second half, and what was a 9-point halftime lead has almost doubled. And the Aggies can afford to be a little bit more methodical. Devdar hands off for Lee. Lee, running shot across the lane, won't go. Berthold with the defensive rebound. Almost traveling that time was Amanda Crystal. Scramble for the loose ball, goes out of bounds. Moore can't save it. And Cal Poly will get it back as Hannah Fong returns to the UCD lineup. And Nikita Devdar will sit down. Cal Poly with the ball to the left of their own basket. Clock moving towards the 9-minute mark. Inside for Frazier, triple team, and finally has it knocked away. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And as Garcia tries to come out of backcourt, Berthold reaches in, and this time will be whistled for the foul, and that will put Cal Poly over the team foul limit on Berthold's third personal. So both teams will make the long trip down to the UC Davis free throw line. So Garcia to the line in a 1-on-1 situation. She's made the only free throw attempt she's had. And continues the string. Again, the winner to Wichita. But Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which has never been in this final, still with a big accomplishment if they can't come back. 17 for 17, the Aggies are, after Garcia converts them both. And it equals the largest lead for UC Davis today. On the pass-off, whistle and a foul. Lee was one of the ones double-teaming Abby Miller and got part of the arm, and that'll be 3 on Caitlin Lee. But that's only team foul number 5, so the Mustangs will inbound underneath. Here is Amanda Crystal. Crystal with that heavy knee brace on her right knee. Seeing her first action of the game. Berthold inside for Chambers. Throws it back out front. Open look, a three-pointer won't go by Miller. And once again, it's UCD corralling the boards. And Crystal, as Lee tried to change direction, bumps into her and fouls her. That is team foul number 8. And the fouls continue to tally up on the Mustangs side of the ledger. Crystal will leave, and Sarah Kurdoglian back in the Mustangs backcourt. As Nicole Conyers, the head coach for Cal Poly, trying to find any combination that will help bring them back in the final 7 minutes. 1-on-1 situation, and what do you know? They're human. The first free throw missed in 18 attempts for Cal Davis. Here's Miller out front. Comes around a hard screen by Berthold. Force up the shot. Gets it to go. Score it, count it, foul. Send her to the free throw line. Miller has been one of the main bright spots offensively in this second half, and she'll have the chance for the three-point play. Foul was on Caitlin Lee, and that is her 4th. Check that, it was on Kelsey Christ. Free throw not good, but Cal Poly gets it back, and Frazier has it stripped away, but she's fouled as she went back up. And now both teams are over the team foul limit. Foul was on Chris. That is her second, I believe. Frazier's first free throw's not good, and the Mustangs not doing themselves any favors at the charity stripe. Inside of 6 minutes, and they still trail by 16. Frazier trying to get them a little closer and can't do it. And on the rebound, scramble goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cal Poly. Cal Poly was 7 for 12 free throw shooting in the first half, but are 1 of 5 since. Timeout on the floor, 5:36 left to go in this one. It's UC Davis 36, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo 20 here in the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series basketball tournament at GCU on GCU TV.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit GCU.com.
Back here at the Canyon Activity Center, UC Davis, Caitlin Lee drives, won't go, but the Aggies with a 16-point cushion, and the Mustangs now in desperation mode with 5 minutes left to go. The drive by Kurdoglian, a lot of contact, no whistle, and a scramble for the rebound goes out of bounds. And the Mustangs will keep possession as Jenna Macharino back into the lineup with her 3 personal fouls. And we move underneath 5 minutes. And the Mustangs need offense in a hurry. Out for Abby Miller. Miller will drive around, sees daylight all the way in, puts it up. Wait a minute. Wave off the basket. They say the foul happened before the shot. That foul is on Andy Garcia. And again, both teams in the bonus. So a 1-and-1 situation for Miller, but that's not necessarily good news for the Mustangs because the clock continues to tick. And it won't stop for fouls until we get inside of 2 minutes. Miller's first free throw won't go. And Moore with the rebound. And the struggles continue in this second half for Cal Poly. They've missed 5 of 6 free throw attempts. Here's Garcia way outside the arc, and the Aggies can afford to be methodical as we move under 4 minutes. CP's last lead was all the way back at 6-5. And since then, the Aggies have owned the glass and owned the loose balls. Drive by Garcia doesn't go, and then 2 different Mustangs had the defensive rebound, and they lose it out of bounds to each other. It has been that kind of second half for Cal Poly. So UC Davis with possession. In for Andy Garcia. She will bring it out and reset it. Here's Jordan Thompson, hands off for Lee. Lee, nice bounce pass to Moore, who's alone, and she'll score. Lee drew the defense, and Moore did the rest. Back to an 18-point edge. It equals UCD's biggest. Here's a three-pointer put up and off the mark, and the Mustangs look like a tired bunch, playing their 6th game in the span of 46 hours. And with 3 minutes to go, the Aggies can take their time. Lee on the drive. Inside, Moore alone again. She'll score. And that should just about put a capper on it. 40-20. UC Davis. The 3rd time in 6 games that the Aggies have gone over the 40 or to the 40 mark. They have not gone any higher than that, but they still have 2.5 minutes to do it as Berthold is fouled inside. That foul's on Garcia. That's team foul number 9. Berthold fouled in the act of shooting with 2 1/4 left. First free throw is good by Lisa Berthold. That's her first scoring since the first half. Remember, don't go anywhere. We've got the men's side of this championship series coming up at the bottom of the hour. And that'll be the hometown team, GCU White from the club sports squad, taking on Cal State San Marcos from the San Diego area. Berthold misses both, and then on the rebound scramble, a loose ball foul called on Abby Miller. And with both teams over the team foul limit, Garcia heads to the line, and the clock continues to tick with 90 seconds left. So UC Davis, who has made the finals of this region tournament 3 times since 2014, they celebrated a victory defeating GCU back in 2017, and they're about to celebrate again. Free throw not good. And with 70 seconds left, Frazier trying to make this final score more presentable, but not good. And as Lee comes out of backcourt, she is knocked down hard. Looked like she hit her chin. And the foul will be called on Abby Miller, and a lot of frustrated faces from the team from San Luis Obispo. So Caitlin Lee, who has been magnificent at the free throw line, 6 out of 7, coming off the bench for Emily Ryan's squad, back to the line for a pair. This is the most points Cal Davis has scored in this tournament, now 42. They had hit the 40 mark 2 different times. Final 20 seconds. Miller puts up a 3. That hits the top of the backboard, and on the rebound scramble, bodies on the floor, and it goes out of bounds. And the final 10 seconds, UC Davis will have it, and all they'll have to do is inbound and hold it, and then begin to celebrate. A dominant performance for the Aggies from Davis, California, who can celebrate at the final buzzer. Their second regional title in the last 4 years, as they spoil the Cinderella run of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, who came in after pool play as the second seed, got all the way to the championship game, but fall in the championship 42-21. Well, we want to thank our great crew, Dylan Parrish and Zachary Kelly, bringing you the sights and sounds, and Robert Purcell directing the whole thing. We also want to thank Al Porteous and Gina Sandos for setting up everything here on GCU TV. And don't go anywhere. Bottom of the hour, we've got the host team from Grand Canyon and the club sports side taking on the Cougars of Cal State San Marcos. That'll be a 2:30 start, so don't go anywhere. Congratulations to both the Cal Poly Mustangs, who wind up as the runners-up, and the Aggies of University of California Davis, who are the champions of the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series. Final score here in the NIRSA Region 6 Championship Series of women's basketball here from Canyon Activity Center in Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. It is the University of California Davis 42 and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo 21. We'll see you at the bottom of the hour.